Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is HD, and I'm coming at you guys with game number 3 of Nestea versus Naniwa. This is such a good series, guys. I am so excited. Now, we've already had the series tie-up. Nestea won the first game, Naniwa won the second game. We're here on game 3. The map is Xel'Naga Caverns. And, of course, as you guys all know, loser traditionally picks the next map. So Nestea picked this map. And you guys all know that in the late game, it's not the best map, I think, for Zerg because of this gaping hole in the middle. You don't have that much open field to romp around, and, you know, happy Zergs come from free open lands. That's not the case here because you've got this, like, the Sarlacc death pit in the middle of the map. As it stands, since Nestea took this map, I think he picked it because he wants to be aggressive in the early game. This is a great map to be aggressive against Protoss right off the bat. And, ooh, Naniwa. Now, I would have assumed Naniwa knew this. I don't know why Naniwa's going for what seems to be a Forge Expo here. Yes, he is going for Forge Expand. Now, oh, replacing it there because it wasn't quite sealed off. But this is actually really ballsy. First of all, it's ballsy enough to go for a Forge Fast Expand on a map like Xel'Naga Caverns. But to go against a player like Nestea, who you just beat in the last matchup, who you know can be aggressive. He has the ability to be aggressive on the drop of a dime. I think this is a really, I don't want to say foolish. I never want to, you know, bash on a player. I just want to say maybe a little bit gullible, maybe a little bit foolhardy. I feel like he could fall to some Zerg aggression from Nestea very quickly. Oh my god, and Nestea did open up with gas before pool here, so he is going to get speed very quickly, unlike the last game where he went for more of like a Spinishua build where he got the gas really late. He's not going to make the same mistake this game. I really feel like he's going to be uber aggressive right away. He is going to be kicking down the doors with the guns blazing, and I hope Naniwa is going to be prepared for this. Now, he does have a probe coming in here. Is he going to do the traditional block on the hatchery? Most likely, yes, but, you know, Nestea's not going to have a problem with that because he opened pool first, because he opened up with these earlier Zerglings. The hatchery really isn't going to be delayed. In fact, the thing here is Nestea will build that hatchery. You guys might be thinking, why would Nestea build a hatchery if he's just going to go super aggressive? Well, this hatchery is going to be placed here, but it's not going to be for mining. It's essentially a macro hatchery to make more Zerglings. But from Naniwa's point of view, he's not going to really realize that. He's going to think, okay, this looks pretty common. 14 gas, 14 pool into expansion. But I don't think that's the case. I think Nestea's going to be very aggressive here. I could be wrong, guys. Nestea could be, you know, playing for the late game. I could be totally wrong in my prediction, but I honestly feel like Nestea is certainly going to be busting down the doors pretty quickly here with, you know, his muscles fully flared out, his nostrils ready to go, his guns blazing. He is going to be blasting everything apart, and I don't know if I don't know if Naniwa's going to be set up for this. Now, he is going for Gateway, Nexus, 2 cannons so far. I like the placement of the cannons. It is pretty well protected. Cybernetic score really well placed as well. Fully sealed off. But there is a weak spot here. And oh my god! Yes, Nestea is going for the Baneling bust. I knew it! He is going to go for the all-out bust here with the Baneling nest. And, you know, this hatchery not going to be used for mining, like I said before. It's just going to be used for Zerglings and Banelings. And here comes Nestea. He is making his way over to Naniwa's side of the map. Is he going to start making Banelings? His nest is ready right now, and there we go. 8 Banelings on the way right now. No, excuse me, 7 Banelings on the way. There's the 8th one. So there are a total of 8 Banelings being morphed in right now. That is quite a few Banelings, and I think if Nestea wanted to, he should be able to kill off the Forge. Let's see if my math is good this time. Versus buildings, it's 20 damage, so no, excuse me, 80 damage to structures. So yeah, he has more than enough to kill off the Forge, but he's not going to kill off the Forge. He's going to go around the backside here against the 2 cannons. I don't know if this is the right decision. There's a pylon going up right now, so that's going to make it a little more difficult, but the Banelings go right through. They're going right through. They're not detonating on the probes. They're making their way right into the main, guys. And Nestea makes it in with only 3 Banelings alive after running the gauntlet, but that's all he needs. He just needs to micro and self-detonate the Banelings on the probes. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's gotta be a game-ending move right there. 12 probes remaining, 20 workers killed. That is insane, and more Banelings being morphed in right now. Essentially, At this point, Nestea has control over the main. Naniwa may have to end up sacrificing this Nexus and just playing off the natural. He can't afford to lose any units he has right now either. He's making Stalkers because he can micro Stalkers against the Banelings and Zerglings somewhat, but not with speed. Oh, very close right there. You know, Naniwa right now, he's got to regain control of this natural. He's not out of the game yet if he can kill off these Zerg units, if he can regain control of the natural, but no! Losing that Stalker. A force field comes down to try to save the Stalker, but not the right placed force field. I think that was just a tick too much down to the south, and the Zerglings were able to get us around. Now Naniwa going in once again. His Nexus has run out of shields. It is in the yellow bar right now. It's at sub 500 HP. It could go down. Naniwa has to save it. He's pulled probes out the line. He's got a micro against the Banelings. The Banelings trying to find a target. They're going after the probes, and the Stalker has fallen down. Baneling detonates on the sentry. A force field goes down to try to save the sentry. It's not enough. It's the sentry's body part just kind of got flung over to the right side. That's some disrespect right there from Nestea. He's still got a Zergling alive, but you know what? It looks like Naniwa has been able to secure some semblance of control, some semblance of order restored from chaos over the main. He's been able to whittle down the Zerg forces to just a Zergling. But now you gotta ask yourself, this entire time that Nestea, you know, hasn't been producing more attacking units, what has he been doing? He has been droning up. He's been making a ton of hatcheries. He's got a hatchery over here. He's got a hatchery over here at the macro point. 44 drones over 23 SCVs. So, you know, he has pulled wildly ahead, and that's just gonna add insult to injury. More salt being rubbed into the wound. 4 probes going down. So. Oh man, at this point Naniwa is just getting he's just getting toyed with. It looks like Nestea's kind of like a cat playing with his food. Not quite ready to eat it quite yet, just wants to have some fun with it. And eventually, you know, I think he's going to go for the kill, but right now Nestea just sitting miles ahead of his opponent Naniwa. So what is he going to do here, man? It looks like he's just going to straight up try to 4-gate with +1 weapons, which makes sense. You know, at this point he's so far behind, he might as well just go for one last desperate maneuver to try to win the game, but it's gonna be a tall order. Oh, it's a 6-gate actually. 5 gateways +6, so maybe, I don't know, maybe he's got enough minerals to make this happen. There's the proxy pylon going up, drones being pulled away. They are gonna run through a couple of zealots, but Nestea can afford those losses for now. But will he be able to defend against the impending army? Now, the pylon is in place to warp on the low ground, which is going to be able to provide significant reinforcements for those zealots. And let's see, he's got 400 minerals and 200 gas. So here he goes. With that much money, he decides to warp in a sentry. Come on down, the price is right. There we go, 4 more zealots, 3 more zealots coming in. So it's a sizable army. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. If he can kill off the hatchery, he's got a shot. He's got a small shot. But the Zerglings looking to erase that threat, going around for a flank. Force field comes down, but not enough to protect them. And now it's just 3 lone zealots fighting for their lives amongst the mineral line, amongst Zerglings and roaches. The last zealot falls in a spurt of green gas to ire. And Naniwa warping at desperate units at the very last attempt here. It doesn't look like he's going to have enough. And that's probably going to be all she wrote. Yeah, Nestea here, looking poised to take this game. The probe count's still 26 under 52. Naniwa, you know, give credit where credit's due. He's attempting to make it work. He's trying whatever he can do, but he's running out of resources, you know. It's the last fumes in his tank here at this point, and he's still warping in more units. So here we go. Wave 2. But this time he is facing the brick wall of roaches, and you know, zealots and sentries not that good against roaches, last I heard. So here we are, Naniwa versus Nestea, round number 2. Couple of force fields coming down, but the Zerglings come for a flank around all the sentries. Sentries have run out of energy, and there's the cap. GG. Naniwa is going to leave this game with a brilliant series, I have to say, between Naniwa and Nestea. What a great set of games. Once again, guys, this is from the upper bracket of the BlizzCon Finals. I'm very excited to be able to broadcast this to you guys on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure to, you know, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and of course, subscribe to me on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. as it stands, I hope you guys enjoy Halloween, which is coming up in a few days. I'm going to try to come out with a couple more videos before then. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I've been thinking about doing a tutorial on some advanced strategies on Starcraft 2. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you, inject larva backspace the way you do it on your, ladder battle videos. So I might do a video about that and some other random stuff. And that's my future plans, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys around. Take it easy and have a happy weekend. HD signing out.